right, guys, we're here with the mayor at 470. Nick Stewart. Good evening, Mayor. How are you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome.
Happy to be here.
It's been a long 3 months on the campaign trail for this race coming up next weekend, right? September 9th?
Yep, September 9th. It's gonna be D-Day here in a few short days.
How you feeling about next weekend? How's it gonna go?
I'm fairly excited. You know, we have gotten a lot of response from racers. You know, we have had people from the Carolinas, you know, contact me and say, hey, we are thinking about coming down and running Virtual Speed Performance 470, and I'm just super ecstatic.
All right, well, obviously this is get to know the mayor 470 in 2 minutes, so it's going to be just kind of a quick little session here. Obviously, what will be, I guess, question number 2, why 470?
With the 632 class and the 550 class, there's a big gap. You got guys that don't want to step up and run 632 because of the expense or the traveling, and you got guys that can't slow their cars down to run 550. So, you know, 470 is a great middle ground.
What is Virtual Speed Performance?
Virtual Speed Performance.
Where did it start?
I started Virtual Speed Performance in a closet. A closet. Started selling used parts on Facebook Marketplace and just started growing from there. I sell new and used performance parts. We started with used parts. We've grown to new parts, and we're just keeping on expanding.
Where do you see the future of 470 going in the state of Florida with your class and you as a sponsor?
You know, with the amount of response we've gotten with the class, which has been a very good amount of response, there is no class like this in the state of Florida. So, you know, really to get the ball rolling, we just threw a dart at the dartboard, and we're gonna see where it lands. You know, I mean, you know, it could be a big class.
Eddie Chamberlain obviously has other index classes at this race. 470 kind of being at the top of the heap. How do you feel about that? You think it's gonna be something? I know the racetrack owners and them, they're kind of maybe looking for another class. Do you hope to see it at the bigger events?
I do hope to see it at some of the bigger events, and I do know it is one of the faster classes at Eddie's race. It would be super awesome to have the class, you know, just saying, maybe at that Pro 8 shootout with the fuel cars at Bradenton Motorsports Park.
Yes, that would be awesome. 470 is a good index class.
Hey.
A lot of cars can fit. What are
Never
the
say
rules of
never.
470?
Never say never. So the rules of the class, very simple, and open. First of all, no dragsters or roadsters, but the rules, I mean, you could have any tire size, any engine combination, any chassis size or chassis setup. You know, could be a small tire back half car or a full chassis Pro Mod style car. As long as you could run around the index or close to it, then you got yourself a 470 car.
Weight limits? Any weight restrictions?
No weight limits, no engine limits, no cubic inch limits. It's
So I could come out and run my small tire import if I wanted to.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, 10 rapid fire questions. What do you think? I'm going to throw them at you.
I don't know if I'm ready, but
I'm going to throw them at you there, Mayor.
let's see.
Let's just see what happens. You ready?
Yep.
First question. Besides 470, what's your favorite drag race class?
Favorite drag race class, Pro Mod.
Favorite racetrack in the state of Florida?
My home track, Bradenton Motorsports Park.
Biggest race you ever raced at?
US Street. Well, actually, I have raced at the first PDRA race.
The very first one?
The very first one in junior dragsters. It was a great
In
time.
Rockingham.
In Rockingham.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Back in 2015 or 14, I think.
What class would you run if you weren't running drag racing? What kind of race
Sprint
car?
cars.
Sprint cars.
Sprint cars.
Wow,
I
sprint cars?
think they're badass.
What's the fastest you ever been?
I've been 470s. I think there's plenty of room to improve because we haven't even turned the, as the kids call it, the jug on the thing. So we're gonna see soon.
Mr. Mayor, I'll give you the last words.
Don't forget, everybody, Bradenton Motorsports Park, September 9th, Heads Up Mania, all index shootout, Virtual Speed Performance, 470 index headlining. Also, check out Virtual Speed Performance for all your performance needs. Hot rod, drag race, circle track, mud truck, it doesn't matter. We got you covered. Whether, as long as it makes horsepower, check out virtualspeedperformance.com.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Like and subscribe our YouTube channel.
Have a good night.